right, microphone's on.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, we are here. We are back for another edition Tuesday night, live from Red Hook here at the Funktion House. I'm Mike Gentili, along here with Anthony Vitale.
Yo.
And tonight, we would like to welcome our very special guest to the show, DJ Jay Dahbi.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a long time coming.
Yeah.
Welcome to Red Hook. Welcome to the Funktion House.
Yo, this place is awesome.
Thanks for coming
Really
down,
cool.
man.
And you just got to witness a brand new paint job on the floor.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We
I wish my house was like this. Like a club.
We every so often we have to do minor maintenance, right?
And we try to like switch things up too. Like we'll paint the wall a different color, like just to try to make it different.
When we have we have a lot of people running through here. Obviously, our Wednesday show with Hector Romero is more of like a boiler room. You've seen it, right? So there's always a lot of people here. So there's always a lot of traffic. So these floors get beat up. People are dancing, but it looks good now. We hope it could stay like this.
Nah, yeah.
So welcome down to the show. We want to start from the early days. Like, how did you get involved in DJing?
Oh, wow. Well, when I was, I started DJing like when I was really young. I would say by like 10 or 12 years old, I was already mixing with 2 cassette decks. You know how we all did.
Yeah.
And I started working like with turntables like around 12, 13, and then just after school, I got my first pair like when I was 15. You know, run home after school, and just practice.
So who did you see DJing that you wanted to DJ?
You know, it must have been one of those break-in movies. It must have been like Wild Style or something. I can't pinpoint. Electric Boogaloo. Could have been that
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Turbo and
Turbo and Ozone.
There you go.
Turbo and Ozone, yeah. That was it was like had to be like the early 80s for
Early
those,
80s,
right?
yeah,
83, 84.
I mean, and it's so funny because I was just talking. My boy that came with me, we went to elementary school together,
Okay.
and I told him about like the set I'm gonna be doing today, and the music that I'm gonna be doing in my set is the songs that it's like I don't remember anything when I was 7 years old or 6 years old, but I remember all the music for some reason. 'Cause I used to run home from school and just record mix shows like the Latin Rascals and everything on 92 KTU. When
Yep.
it was 92 KTU.
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
So, all that music inspired me a lot.
So you grew up on that old school tip.
Yeah. I mean, I was a young kid, but grew up around, and I think it's the best time to grow up because we got to experience like disco, house, hip hop, freestyle, all the genres that just came out from that era.
Yeah, it was okay to be a DJ that played everything.
Yeah.
You know.
It was, and just to listen to everything, it was cool.
So where'd you used to go record shopping?
Numbers in Jackson Heights was the one because I'm in Queens, but in the city, we used to do the Decadence, and we used to do the 8-Ball, and we used to do
Disco-Rama,
Disco-Rama,
Vinyl Mania.
Vinyl Mania. Was it? Yeah, it was 8-Ball with Eddie McDonald, right? It was
Yeah.
there. And Satellite. Spent a lot of hours,
A lot of money.
especially when you leave the club like on Sunday morning, and we would go straight to Decadence, like right after like hearing all these songs, they're stuck in your head.
Oh, so you were a party animal like that.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I'll get out of the club like at 12 or 10. My boy Special Jay's here. He'll tell you. We used to leave the club like at 12 afternoon and just go there and start humming shit. And the guy's like, I think I know that one. Oh yeah, I sold that to him. Here, right there. I'm like, yeah.
That was the same thing for me
Same thing.
with Glenn Frischer.
Oh yeah, Glenn Frischer's in the house.
Yep.
I used to record all his sets too when I was a kid.
Yeah, he used to do his mixes too.
They always say like, don't meet your idols, but he's a good one. Usually,
Sometimes. He's giving me the finger.
he's
right
sticking
now.
his middle finger at us.
So let's go back. What's the first club you worked at in New York City?
Oh, wow. I have the worst memory. Damn. I did a lot of Jersey clubs,
Yep.
even though I was in Queens. So I did a place in Hoboken called Third Degree. And that was probably like one of the first clubs in
Yeah.
Hoboken. And then I would do the Edge in Newark.
Hoboken's popping now.
Yeah, now. Back then
Yeah.
it wasn't as it was, like it is now, but
Well, Hoboken is like it's like a college town, right? I mean now, right? I mean, like you got like a lot of young,
yeah, young
young
professionals and
yeah,
stuff.
young professionals.
And
yeah,
now
yeah.
they're turning into families, so.
Yeah. So, so your career obviously has many different angles in terms
Yeah.
of your DJing career. Obviously, playing all genres of music, playing in nightlife, playing in private events industry, and also holding down positions at a radio station.
Mhm.
So you originally started with CBS Radio
Yeah.
in 2011.
Yeah.
So how did that whole thing come about?
I was in the clubs DJing, and Toro was at 92.3 Now, what it was
Yep.
called, and then I hit him up. I'm like, I really want to be a guest DJ, send in a demo. And at first, when they heard it, they're like, nah, that's not what we're looking for. So I'm like, tell me what you're looking for. I can do whatever you need. Like, you want more hip hop? I got you. You want more house? And so I sent another one. They're like, all right, cool. So they just gave me like one like guest spot, and then another long weekend came around, another guest spot, and then they saw I was really eager to be down, and then I got my first weekly Saturday 3 a.m. spot. Then it turned into Friday and Saturday, and it turned into weeknights, and then
You must have been pumped for that first Saturday.
oh hell yeah. Oh, it's a funny thing. They were 1 hour mixes, but it would take me 10 to 11 hours to do them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I would be so like intricate. I would I'll do them live, and I'll put them into Ableton. I'll throw acapellas on top of this and throw acapellas on top of that. And
Yeah.
trying to make them different.
Yeah, it's tough, and you would do that on a weekly basis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And 2011, 2012, regular radio was still pretty popping.
It was fun
right?
because that's when house and EDM. I hate that shit. But you know what that term is.
Yeah, that was when the movement
The
was
movement
really.
started, and that was fun because we were able to play not just pop music. We were playing a
Yep.
lot of like the big room stuff. So it was a fun time to be on the radio.
So were there like?
It was
You know-
before Spotify, so now that Spotify and everything's around, pulls out a lot from radio.
Yeah, radio's definitely on a down right now.
Yeah, because they don't play good music anymore.
So did
Yeah.
you have to play certain records like being on the station? Like did they tell you what to play?
Yeah, so we would get a playlist for every mix show, and they'll assign like the new records that they're playing that week. Like we would have teams. We had like 8 DJs, so like there would be like a team A and team B of that week. So they get to choose from these new songs. So we're not all playing the same songs and the same music every hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, there would be some songs that we definitely would have to hit. Yeah.
So getting your break in radio, doing mix shows consistently, and then that sort of progressed into becoming a music director for Amp Radio.
For Amp Radio, yeah. I ended up becoming music director, and then, they sold the company to another radio company. So with that, they started letting go people, and people were leaving. It just turned out that I was the music director, but then we had no program director. So then I was doing everything.
So how did you get from doing a one weekend mix show to becoming the music director?
Oh man, I guess just showing enthusiasm for wanting to. I just loved radio, so I just loved everything about it.
Yep.
So it wasn't just like I wouldn't just go in and do my mix and bounce. I would like politic with the PD and talk about
Yep.
music, talk about other stations,
Do you
talk
need help
shit
with
about other
this? Do you
stations.
need help with that?
Yeah. Because it was fun.
And you're into the mobile DJ scene.
Yeah, I do private events too. I don't do like hundreds of them like every year, but like I do a handful. And I do a lot of big Indian weddings,
Yeah.
like in the Indian market.
Those are huge.
Yeah.
So many people at those weddings.
Yeah.
Like
We
700,
actually-
1,000 people.
Yeah, they're fun, and it's like once they start dancing, it's like a 3-hour dance set,
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yep.
So I like doing privates. I kind of sometimes like doing privates more than clubs sometimes because you get to get home early.
Yeah. Well, I
And
don't
you
know.
get paid way better.
We don't
Yeah.
get home early.
I know.
well, I feel that people actually dance to the music that you play at private
Yeah.
events.
There's,
you know,
there's hardly any requests. They're just there to have a
like
great
they're just
time.
there to have a good time, and people really they really get into the music.
I feel like at a wedding, it's like those people haven't been out in a while. You
Mhm.
know, so like they have a couple drinks and they let loose on the
That's-
dance
yeah.
floor, so it's fun.
Yeah, sometimes you have those. I know that Indian weddings can get crazy.
They do. It's a lot of fun, and they just get more extravagant as the years go by. Like
Yeah.
now everybody wants sparklers and fire, like
Video walls.
oh, video, yeah, and like but they want like fireworks and shit.
But there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot of things that go on, right? There's
Mhm.
like a lot of speeches, a lot of like choreographed
Dances, yeah.
right?
The cousins will bust out with a dance.
And there's like games.
Sometimes, yeah. But
Sometimes,
that stuff is kind of like making its way out. It's more turning into a club thing, which is the way I would like market myself. I'm like, listen, I'm not a wedding DJ, so if you want the typical wedding stuff, then But I'm like, if you see me at a club or hear me on the radio and you want that type of vibe at your wedding reception, then that's the type of person than I am.
And you MC also.
No, but I have my wonderful MC in the house, Mr. Manny, Wild Child. What's up?
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up, Manny?
I can't walk and chew gum at the same time, so I don't know how people.
I can't MC.
I can't cue, like, you know how you got to cue everybody's music and stuff and
Yeah.
talk? I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't MC. Mike MCs.
Yeah.
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 I'll
That's
stick
it.
to my strong suit.
No, play the music. Play the music. So, so you, a couple of years ago, was it that you were diagnosed with cancer?
Yeah, last year.
Last year.
It was just last July.
How you feeling?
Getting better. I mean, some days are better than others. Like a rainy day like this, I was in bed up until I got here. Like, you know, just like fell out of it.
Yeah.
It's like it's a roller coaster. They told me it takes about 6 months to a year to finally get your energy back.
Wow.
So, you know, every week the high parts are higher, which is good. But then you still get a couple of those like if I DJ on a Saturday night, Sunday, Monday, I'm not. My foot's swollen like an elephant. So,
Really?
Yeah.
But it's alright.
So how did that like how did it all happen? Like how did you know?
You know, I was busting my ass at the radio station, working like 80 hours a week, and I was never sleeping, and I was DJing, and it was just, you know, you go hard for like a good year and a half, 2 years like that, and all of a sudden something starts feeling weird. I went to the doctor, and then they're like, "Why don't you just go get a CAT scan just to check to see?" And then they saw that my spleen was double the size.
Wow.
Because I thought I was like bloated. I'm like, "Why am I so bloated?" You know? And they were like, "No, that's your spleen." So I had the cancer had moved. It was lymphoma, so it started in my lymph nodes, and it moved to my spleen. And then
Wow.
if I didn't catch it, it would have spread everywhere. So
Right.
caught it early enough, and being young, it's a better chance of.
So
getting it.
what goes through your head
Oh,
when you
You're
get
going through it?
diagnosed? Like you
Oh,
get
it's-
diagnosed, like what goes through your head? Like
it was the worst. It was the worst. It was, first of all, like I have a 4-year-old daughter, so the first thing I thought about was like my daughter,
Oh man,
right?
I can relate.
But then I also thought that I felt so weak that I was like, I can't do this. And my wife was the one that kind of like, no, you're gonna do this. You're gonna beat this. You're gonna beat this for her. You're gonna beat this for us. And you know, she'll be my cheerleader because I wasn't ready to fight it. I was ready to wave the white flag right when I found out. I was like, oh, like this is the last thing you expect.
Wow.
And chemotherapy sucks. So you know, you go through that whole roller coaster. Of
Yeah.
like, you know, you start to feel a little bit better, and then they hit you again.
so do you still have to go for
Right now,
treatments?
no more treatments. I just have to go like every 3 months to do a scan to make sure I
Yeah.
can come back.
Well, you look great,
Thank
do.
you,
You
thank
do,
you,
man.
thank you.
and
Thank you. I
you
just gotta hit
sound
the gym.
great.
Oh, thanks.
You
Just gotta
know?
hit the gym now,
I
man.
remember seeing a post on Facebook and I seen how many people were so positive with the responses. You really
Yeah.
need that when you're going through a time
Yeah.
like that.
I'm telling you,
You had a lot of good people.
the people on Facebook and Instagram, like, because you know you're really stuck in your house, like in a room all day, and you don't really do anything besides get up to take a shit and like shower,
Yeah.
right? So when they would send messages and stuff like that, sometimes like I couldn't get back to people because it was just overwhelming, but it really helped a lot. And the DJ community,
Yeah.
which you know, DJs, we all like, you know, we're all cool with each other. People like Glenn talk shit about other DJs. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. I talk shit. You talk shit about me. That's cool. but
Put
when,
him on
I
blast,
know.
Jay.
No. But when things like this happen, you know, everybody came together and like the messages I was getting. Glenn Fisher called me every day, every single day,
He was like,
texted me
Jay,
to make sure
my
I was
brother.
okay. To make sure I was okay every day. And, no, that's amazing.
No, I know.
That is amazing.
Because before then we would just talk here and there, like you know, if we saw each other at events. But then when you found out that I had cancer, he would just every day. Good-hearted man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I at the time when that happened, I mean, I don't think we were connected on Facebook, but we had mutual friends, so people were sharing posts, and when I found out about that, I was like, I was taken aback by it because you know, like,
So was I.
I didn't know you personally, but I knew you,
Yeah.
and
Same with you guys, I know.
and to hear that, I was like, ah, man, you know. So I was kind of like following you,
Mhm.
and when you had put a post up like where you had beat it, it was personally, it was a very good feeling for me when I
Oh,
saw
thank
that.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's like you're always rooting for people to get better, and obviously, you know, medicine has come so far, and technique and solving for these issues, but you know, it's still a long road to go, right, in terms of treatments.
Yeah.
And so to see that, you know, we were rooting for you, and we were really happy for
Oh,
that.
thank you. No, and
Yeah.
also this, like, you know, it's all of us that this is new for like we're DJs is like what 2 generations in now. Like there was
Yeah.
no DJs before the 70s.
I know.
Yep.
So we're putting our bodies through all this like not sleeping and shift work disorder and like our sleep times are all messed up. So all this stuff takes effect in our body, and we got to learn the hard way sometimes.
And especially like the food we eat,
Yeah.
like not everything's good for us, right?
Especially
And-
at 3 a.m.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Late night eating was terrible.
Late night eating was terrible.
Yo, I was a street meat connoisseur. Like those carts, I could just like eat anyone on any avenue.
I was the same way. I mean, coming out of a nightclub at 4:00 in the morning, smashed, and you're at the line. 2 hot dogs,
Oh,
a
remember
knish.
Great Papayas?
Yeah, 2 hot dogs, a knish, a pretzel.
Terrible.
That's what I would get. Like
Great
sometimes 3 hot dogs, a pretzel, a knish. I mean, it was very bad. But yeah, so that I gotta worry about this
Same.
now.
So did you switch up your diet, or what did you
Right
do?
now, I'm eating like a fat ass, man. I'm telling you, like, I have no clothes that fit because I've gained 20. This is the most I've ever been. I hit 200 pounds. That's
Really?
crazy. Indian 200 pounds? Aren't we like supposed to be like skinny little fucks? But yeah, even though I have gained, I actually am feeling better though. So,
That's good,
Yeah.
man. Well, happy to hear that.
yo, when you lose all your hair and you're like so down and you're like beat up.
My hair's gone.
Yeah, you don't gotta tell me about.
No,
losing
but I'm
hair.
just
Your
saying.
hair came back. That's awesome.
I mean,
But so
I'm
you could
20
gain
years old. I
Look, you
lost
could
all my
gain.
hair.
You could gain 20 pounds. Glenn Fisher's like, look, you got mad gray showing today. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, at least I got hair now.
Yeah,
You know.
for
Like,
real.
Well, at least you show your hair. Glenn never shows his hair.
he's like, why am I in the interview?
Glenn Fisher in the house.
We love Glenn.
Fish in the house. No, I mean that was probably an adjustment with the hair, right? Because I know when I was losing my hair when I was a kid, I couldn't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's always.
You could get people get the tattoo.
Yeah, no. I'm good.
You seen that?
I'm good. Pitbull has that.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got the.
Nah.
That's what I read.
Yeah.
That he's got because he always
Pitbull's-
looks like he has a
Pitbull-
shaved
Pitbull-
head.
He bics his head.
But I heard he's got the
I
tattoo.
have a couple friends that got they got the permanent like Caesar cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking to get that done.
Yeah.
But that microblading, I mean, I think in the beginning it looks cool, but like over time it sort of like fades out. You know, like where they do that tattoo in the so. That, yeah, Glenn Fisher's Glenn Fisher's
Sorry.
going.
He's like, really? You talking about hair?
So what do you have in store for us tonight?
So, the funny thing is, these records that I'm going to play, like I own the MP3s and stuff, but I've never gotten to play them at a party or anything because this is a type of, okay, so you have New York City music, right? Everybody knows disco, everybody knows hip hop and house.
Yep.
But there's that era in like 1982 to 1984 that after disco and before it became house and freestyle, that was the music that was like really popular in New York. And that's the music that when I used to run home from school to record on the radio, it was breakdancing music, the electro and all that.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
there's like something about that music that I just have a passion for. So I mean,
So
I put
that's
a
what-
set together of like all the favorite songs of all the songs that were really rocking New York back then.
Yep.
You don't hear anymore. So
That's like that perfect beats era.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I grew up on that era because that's what my brother was a DJ, and that's what he was DJing at the time when I was a kid, and I grew up on the same thing.
Yeah, wow, see,
Yeah.
you know that?
Yeah, of course.
Like right before freestyle, before they called it freestyle.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I got my boy here who's gonna break dance for us while I bust out the move just for.
Could you windmill?
He could do all of that.
Nice.
All right. Well, we got a brand new floor. So
Get some cardboard
You
behind
want,
you,
some,
too.
you want cardboard? Some Johnson baby powder?
All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to get Jay up on the set. He's going to rock live from Red Hook here at the Funktion House for the next hour. Go to thefunctionhouse.com/live for no interruptions, and Facebook might shut us down. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
All right. We got DJ Jay Dahbi live from Red Hook here at the Funktion House.
suitcase at the door. Remember the good times, don't you want some more? It's not a perfect love, but I'll defend it. Cause I believe it's what God intended. We gotta love the good way. It's not over between you and me. It's not over, no want to be free. What has been joined by God? By God, by God, by God. When we're alone, I really feel in love. But when we're out with friends, I see a change. You treat me bad, I feel like second best. I want your love, give me love, give me love. That's how I feel, I want it to be real. I want your love, give me love, give me love. I need your touch, and I owe you so much. Baby, I owe you. I sometimes cry. Do you realize something she said? I know you do. It makes me so confused. I'm sure this ain't the way that love should be. Let's get it right. It's much too good to lose. I want your love, give me your love. That's how I feel, but I want it to be real. I want your love, give me your love. I need your touch, and I owe you so much. I sometimes cry. Sadly through the park, I hear crying in the darkness, and though I act like I cannot hear, the situation is very clear. A girl who's trying to tell her guy the time has come that they say goodbye. And this answer tears my heart apart. Give me tonight, then if you don't wanna stay, girl, I just forget you. You'll see I'm right, you won't get to go away. Love ain't gonna let you. Do you realize something she said? I know you do. It makes me so confused. I'm sure this ain't the way that love should be. Let's get it right. It's much too good to lose. I want your love. Give me your love. That's how I feel, but I want it to be real. 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 If I had a minute for you, I would make it last for hours. It's because I know what to do. Don't mean I have some secret powers. I just like to use what's mine, and I have a way with time. I remember what you like. Never give up, I never give up. I remember what you like. Never give up, I never give up. I remember. Yes, I need you, baby. I need you, and I get what I want. If I don't get it, it's because I don't want it. And you know what? You're looking real good to me. Where's us into a groove. As soon as we started to move, the music played while our bodies displayed through the dance. That love picked us out for romance. I thought it was clear the plan was we would share this feeling just between ourselves. But when the music changed, the plan was rearranged. You went to dance with someone else. We started dancing and love put us into a groove. But now he's with somebody new. What does love want me to do? Love said, let the music play. He won't get away. Just keep the groove and then he'll come back to you again. Let it play. Let the music play. He won't get away. This groove you can't ignore. He won't leave you anymore. No, no.
break it on down. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, girl.
yeah.
It's time. Come on, girl.
The mighty
Get
Buster.
loose.
Here we go. Round and round and round and round and round and hear the house music steady, steady pounding. Feel the energy rush up to your face. Feel the vibe, feel the vibe, feel the bass. Come on.
record in the background? I used to listen to Hot 103 and Hot 97. And Glenn Fisher right there used to play this record every weekend, like at 2 in the morning, right?
Yes.
And he would play the whole thing. And for like 20 years, I swear, I've been wanting to figure out what it was. And when I finally met him 20
You're not
years
the
later,
only one, man.
the first thing, like, you know that record I used to play? And he's like, yeah, I have it on reel to reel. I'm like, how am I going to get that from you?
And every week when he would play it, he would make sure that somebody would talk over it.
Damn.
Every week. My friend used to religiously tape the Saturday night dance party every week on high definition VHS.
Wow.
And he had a couple of copies of that song, but words over it. But then they finally released it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Woo, that was fun.
That was great, man.
Oh, thank you.
That was great.
I never get to play these songs. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yo, because this era of music spawned hip freestyle, house,
Yeah,
new wave.
so many things,
So
yeah.
many different things came from this era.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was great, man.
And then Mr. Breakdancer, Wild Child.
Yes, man. That was
That
a
was
great
cool.
job.
And that looked great. That looked great on the feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the feed looked great.
Thanks for coming down, man.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, thank you guys all for coming down. Come
Yeah.
over here. Come over here. Come
Come
in the
on,
shot. Come in the
come
shot.
Introduce everybody. You got to introduce everybody.
Here. Tell me who you are, Mr. Function One Sound Man.
Hey, what's up? My name is Snay. How y'all doing?
He owns a Function One sound system.
Nice.
Like, how do you own that? But he does.
Very nice.
Justin,
What's up?
What's up, man?
Darren?
Kerensky here.
Glenn, you don't want to... Yeah. Oh,
Man,
Glenn.
Toucan. Hey, what's up? I grew up with him since first grade, kindergarten.
Nice.
Nice.
Crazy.
Well, thanks for coming down and
thank
showing
you.
some
Yeah.
support for
Wild
Jay.
Child. Yeah, no, thank you.
You know?
guys.
You guys are all welcome back here tomorrow if you want to come through.
Oh, yeah?
Got
More
another
party?
show tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, the set was cool.
Oh, thank you for having me.
This is what I grew up with.
Me too.
So
Love this
I
music.
could relate to every song that you played, so I enjoyed it.
C-Bank you played. Oh, One More Shot's a great record.
That was, when I first did my first out of the house parties, like my first party.
Yep.
That was the first record I ever played. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
I remember that to this day.
Yeah, you played some jams, man. The Mexican, that's one of my favorite records.
Yes.
I have that on real vinyl too, the original.
So how do people follow you? What's your Instagram handle? Talk to
Jay
the mic.
Dahbi at JAYDABHI. I'm on all of them. And
Instagram, Facebook.
Sirius XM on Saturday nights at 9 p.m.
Oh, dope.
Awesome.
Every Saturday on Pitbull's channel, Pitbull's Globalization.
Yep.
Oh,
yep,
nice.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Jay came down to the Function House, did his thing, blessed us with a crazy good old school set. So thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for coming down.
Thank you.
And you can catch a replay on thefunctionhouse.com.
Peace.
Peace.